What's going on, you guys? This is your boy Jamar84 here to review the scripted fuckery that is Love and Hip Hop Season 2, Episode 7. What's it called? New York? Child. I can't remember the title. I don't usually put the titles in there. If I do, whatever. But it's Episode 7 of the second season. Like, this episode, like, I thought last episode was bad. This shit right here, nigga. This is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because I have a lot. I have a lot of tea to clock, and just have a lot of necks to just. Let's get started. So this episode starts with Arian and what's that dumb girl's name? Mimi. They at this loft or something or whatever. Basically, they're talking about what just happened at the video shoot in the last episode, and pretty much Arian's thing. Well, okay, I'll talk about Mimi's thing first. Mimi and her rant. Mimi's thing is she feels like K Michelle specifically always ruins stuff. Like she ruined the housewarming party, she ruined Erica's engagement party, and now she's ruined the video shoot. And Arian's pretty much telling her like, this is K Michelle. Like this is what you should expect. And when Mimi got mad and tried to get all huff and puff, big bad wolf blow bitch's house down, she was talking. When she was yelling at Arian, and she was like, and Arian was like, you was talking to everybody, and Mimi was like, you know it, and I wasn't talking about you, bitch. When you was looking at me dead in my motherfucking face, talk about why is it every time I have an event, y'all gotta ruin some shit. I'm gonna think you're talking about me, like Mimi. I think Mimi was drunk this entire episode because Mimi's common sense was out the window this entire show. I'm just like, oh, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about as I go through this motherfucking episode. But Arian invites Mimi to New York because she's saying, I'm going to see K Michelle. And I would think it'd be really nice if you guys could come together and talk about what just happened and rehash, and well, not rehash, but just fix the problem like y'all did with the housewarming. She went off on Rashida. You met with her and y'all got together, and well, y'all didn't. That's fucking. Y'all didn't do that, but they patched it up. So she's saying maybe you should do that. Mimi's like, well, I go to New York, I guess, but if I happen to see K Michelle, I guess I could party. And Miriam was like, no, I'm going to specifically see K Michelle, and you're gonna be there with me. She's like, no, there's not no possibly may run into her, no. You're gonna actually see her, and that's the whole point, is for you guys to come together so you guys can talk. So next we come to the scene where Scrappy comes to Mama D's house, and he's trying to get his clothes and stuff from his house because he feels like Mama D took that shit too far. Making his end of his engagement like a reason to celebration. He wasn't too much feeling that, so he's trying to get his bags and dip the fuck out. And so he rides over, and he sits down Mama D, and she's like, I apologize, and this, that, and forth. I'm this, I'm that. I'm like, you know what? I can say for the first time, I think in the entire history of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 1 and 2, this is the only episode where I have favor towards Mama D and her actions. Let me think about that before I say that. Yeah, I'll give her that this episode, but this episode only. Bitch still can't blend her hair with her weave right. She still can't do that to save her motherfucking life. Her makeup artist be shading her every episode, but irregardless, she had some common sense this episode. And when she was apologizing, Scrappy was like, you always say you're gonna back off, but you always end up doing some crazy shit and then be like, but mommy loves you. So you know what? The sidebar. Ladies, or not, well, actually not even just ladies, just general statement. When somebody because when I think about, when he said that, it made me think about somebody who's like a serial killer, and let me tell you why. It's because when you hear about those stories like husbands killing their wives or vice versa, doing some crazy shit, and they be like, I only did it because I love you. Doesn't that creep you the fuck out? Like, don't y'all see that? I think that usually that comes on like Lifetime movies or some shit where like the husband would be like, would have like a co-worker that may be flirty towards him or something like that. And he may not even pay too much attention, but if his wife finds out, she probably goes, finds the girls, and murders her and her entire family. And then the husband finds out about it, and he's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And then she's like, I just did it because I love you. She's a threat to our marriage. I'm doing this all for you. That's what it made me think about. I know that was just so off motherfucking tangent, but that's really when you said because mommy loves you. That just what made me think. This is what made me think about it. I'm sorry. And so really, when Mama D tried to, when Scrappy tried to get her to actually say I apologize, she didn't say. She was like I she wouldn't go say that shit. I'm like, Mama D, you are being so extra right now, but we understand what you're trying to say. Only if it's not ethnic, girl. Only if it's authentic. But okay, moving on, girl, because we gonna get back to Mama D because I got something to say. I got something to say about her. We're gonna move it to the side for right now. Here we go again with Rashida and Kirk. Lord, I can't take another one of these scenes because they piss me the fuck off every single time. Rashida is going, she's looking through, I forget what she was doing. She was looking through something or whatnot, and she was just saying, like, throughout me and Kirk's marriage, we may have had our ups and our downs, but we never lost our devotion towards one another. And, they've been raising that son together, and now she just feels like for the past couple of months, she don't even know who the fuck her husband is, and he's just being so foreign to her lately, and she just wants, her husband back, and she wants to convince him that this baby, can be a blessing, not to, try to get rid of it or make it seem like it's just some, issue like you tried to make it before. Do y'all know Kirk, when they got together, do y'all know Kirk had the fucking nerve to fix his mouth to say that Rashida got pregnant out of spite? That is the dumbest motherfucking shit I have ever heard in my entire fucking life. How the fuck do you get pregnant out of... You know what? I just watched Sweet Addictions TV and her review, and she... I'm gonna make another reference to her. She made a good point, too. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna swell up, gain all this weight, get tender breasts, and I'm gonna show you, motherfucker. Like, does that even make any sense? I'm gonna push out a fucking watermelon out my tiny vagina just to prove a point to your ass. Like, and then, as I said in the last review, bitch, you do not get pregnant asexually. I can't throw my legs up past my ears and the magical tooth fairy is gonna lay a baby in me. That's not how it works, motherfucker. You lay it down with your wife. This ain't like just some side hoe this is the person you've been married with for X number of years and got pregnant. Shit happens. Y'all are married. Get over it. And then he was like, when they talked about the whole pill situation, he was like, you take the pills. I don't. You supposed to wear the fucking condom. And then he gonna talk about some, well, sometimes we didn't wear condom. She told you that she had needed a break. That right there should have been the red fucking lights, the flashing neon lights that you shouldn't have sex if you didn't want to get pregnant. Damn, he's dumb. Shit. Shit, like, and then he talk about he gonna pull out. Lord Jesus. Kirk, come here. Bring your ass. Bring your ass now, come on. Let me tell you something. I don't know if your biology and or health teacher ever told you this while you were in school, but it only takes one sperm to fertilize an egg. Okay? Just one. Just one. And I want you to also know that that sperm can be found in pre-cum. Okay? So while you are with, this isn't even just for Kirk. It's especially made for Kirk, but this can apply to all you niggas out here having sex with bitches and shit and not covering up, thinking pulling out is gonna work. when you doing all your little foreplays and you're kissing and you're licking each other's ears or nipples, whatever the fuck that gets you, where you want to be sexually before you get down and do. If you're the man, you're probably gonna get to a level of excitement where you pre-com, where you release a small amount of clear semen. That semen contains sperm. Okay? So really, you can get a bitch pregnant with the very minute that you stick your dick in if you've already started pre-comming. It could be just like that. You don't even have to bust. The first stroke is all you need. So, and then Kirk, you are too old to have this 19-year-old talking to his 16-year-old girlfriend mindset like, well, you was on the pills. You told me you didn't. You may have told me, but I was too stupid to realize it. But well, sometimes we were condoms, sometimes I didn't. I pulled out. It's your fault. It ain't mine. I mean, shit. I think you doing this out of spite. Like that sounds so fucking stupid. Like, Kirk ain't gonna worry me tonight. He's not. I swear he's not. And then he gonna talk up. And then Rashida's basically like, you know what? You talking dumb as shit. You talking some dumb shit right now. I think you just need to leave. And then Kirk's like, well, shit. Maybe I do need to leave. And Rashida's like, really? Okay. Let me the fuck know so I can adjust. I was like, you know what, Rashida? I know you just got pregnant at all, so this would kind of throw this theory out the water, but I still think that she was unaware that this entire time that she's been in a lesbian relationship. I really don't think that she realizes that this whole time she was married to a woman. Mm-hmm. Sorry to say it, but it's true. So here we go to this fashion show that I think Tracy was supposed to be hosting and whatnot. So she introduced the designer or whatever, and all the models start coming out or whatever. And one of the models turns out to be Erica. So Tracy and Shay, Tracy invited Shay to come out. Tracy and Shay are sitting in the front row, clapping, whatever, being like, ooh, look at all the clothes, all that stuff that you do at a fashion show. And here comes Erica, and Shay's face goes, ugh. Like, she gives that white girl, like, this bitch, And I'm just like, Shay, this is just where you realize that you were indeed you were just the side hoe, unfortunately. You were just, I mean, like, really, no matter what you do, this is his baby mama. She's going to be in the picture regardless, due to they have a child together. You are just assed out of the situation. You just need to just let that kind of go. I understand you're feeling right now, but you're doing the most. So the fashion show is over and da 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 da. And afterwards, they're talking. Tracy's talking to Shay about Scrappy, and Shay is like, we had met up a few days ago, and Tracy's like, what do you mean you met up? She was like, well, I'm like, oh, bitch, Scrappy, did you fuck her? But then Shay was like, I didn't know that, such and such was going to be here tonight. And Tracy's like, you know what, y'all should just be able to, talk and, clear the air and all this other bullshit. And Shay's like, I don't too much know about that. Maybe y'all think about it, blah, blah, blah. But then Erica comes over herself before she even has the chance to think about it. And, she's like, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And then Tracy's like, hey, girl, how you doing? You did so good, such and such, And she was like, I was just telling Shay here that, y'all should probably talk and this, that, and the four. Before Tracy even got to finish her fucking sentence, Erica's like, no. I came over to talk to you. And you. Only you. And so, thanks again. I love that you came here. Mwah, mwah, kisses. Bye-bye. I was like, God damn, Erica. You know what? You know how sometimes, even when you try to avoid somebody, you still just get like a quick, over there. No. Erica had tunnel vision, okay? Erica had tunnel vision like Justin Timberlake. Tunnel vision. You'll get that 2020 experience CD. That shit's hot. But anyway, she paid Shay the ultimate dust, like, and then Shay was not happy about it. Shay was just like, oh, this bitch, why is she still talking? Like, I know she wants to say something to me, but she's just not gonna do it. I'm just like, I felt bad for her girl. I just like Shay just really just gets the shit in on the stick in every situation that she's in, and it's at least you got a banging ass body, bitch. Just be proud about that. You have a banging ass body that you can pretty much get any other man with. I don't know why you stuck on this man whose lips look like they're made of concrete, but we won't go there. But next topic. So Stevie J meets up with this crackhead, Shay Mack, and is like, um, they going out to work out or whatever, and he's like, this is my situation, right? And she's like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But really, in reality, yes, it does, bitch. Because if you're trying to be working with Stevie J, then Jocelyn is like a combo bet. Y'all, they come together, okay? And Stevie J's in the confessional talking about I don't want to be going around just hurting women, and that ain't what you do. And I'm just like, Stevie, stop it. Just stop it. Girl, I can't believe you for a motherfucking second. I guess I should give you credit for at least trying, but do I believe it? No. But Shay Crack was like, do you love her or something? Or was like he was like, yeah, what's up? Are you in love with her? He was like, I love her. No, 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 no. No, no. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, are you in love? And he's like, I love her. See, ladies, if that man just says that he loves you, but he won't tell you that he is in love with your ass, red fucking flag, bitch. Because you can love somebody, but that don't mean they gonna be with you for real. Hell, I mean, I'm sure most of y'all are still in love. Well, I shouldn't say in love, but still, love or have feelings for your exes. But would you go back to them? Hell no. That just means that you care about them to a certain degree, to where you wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them. But if that just shows that I don't even know what his feelings are towards Jocelyn at this point. I think that he does love her, but maybe it's the fact he didn't want to say it to Shay Crack. Maybe that had to do with it. So next we cut to the scene where Kirk and No Neck are at this party, right? And I just a sidebar. Did anybody catch that stripper who had her leg up in a motherfucking 90-degree angle that was twerking and they had to blur that shit out? I was like, that bitch there got talent, because she's sitting there had a split with her leg. I didn't even. Her leg was up by her fucking head, still able to twerk, and she had on like 10-inch platform heel. I was like, this bitch better work. She better get her coins and dollars. I ain't even mad. But anyway, back to Kirk and No Neck. So Kirk is back, talking to Benzino about the whole situation about, uh, him and Rashida and the baby and pulling out and all this stuff, and Benzino's like, whoa, 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 that's a lot. Like, that's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And he actually is the one that gave what's that nigga name? Kirk his biology lesson talking about some dude. You can't just pull out and think that you are just okay and is not gonna have any type of risk for pregnancy. Like, he basically was trying to be like, "Nigga, you stupid as fuck," and I want you and I want you to know. And then Kirk was like, "If it wasn't for her being my wife, I would have her get the AB, like an abortion." And you know what? Thank you, Benzino, for saying this in a calm way, because girl, he's like, look, you can't just tell a woman to get an abortion because you aren't the one that has to deal with the physical scars, and then abortion actually decreases the possibility for a woman to get pregnant after that. So, and Rashida was the one that's like, he was talking about before in the earlier scene, like, he has all these kids, and she was like, I don't, just because you have all these kids don't mean that I want some of my own, you know? So, I appreciate Benzino for giving him that lesson, because I was pissed at that nigga. He was pissing me off that this entire episode just saying dumb shit, and it was getting on my motherfucking nerves. But moving on. Lord, take me higher for this next scene. Tracy gets a call. from Drew. Says it's an emergency. Tracy arrives on site of the store, and Drew tells Tracy, "My partner is a con man." Tracy's like, "What do you mean?" "I gave him $50,000 and I just found out that we got scammed like today." And Tracy's like, "Don't you have like a written contract or, something tangible, some kind of written contract?" Drew, dumbass, looking around like, "We had a verbal, not signed, sort of signed, not really, just with our mouths, a verb." You know what? The only reason why I guess that Tracy was as calm as she was, because $25,000 just thrown to the motherfucking wind. Get the fuck out of my video. $25,000 just thrown to the motherfucking wind. Are you kidding me? Are you willing to tell me that you talked to this man about opening this store? The man told you that it was going to cost, $50,000. And nowhere in this process, and you hounded me for who knows how long to get this other half, this $25,000 for the other half. You mean to tell me that through this entire process, this man never laid out a contract, a piece of paper to you, explaining the guidelines, explaining how this is supposed to work, how the payment is supposed to, he just expects you to just pay it in cash. You know what? Didn't Tracy say in one of these episodes where she was like, Drew is real good with business, he's good with hustling, this, that, and the fourth? What the fuck happened? How can you make any agreement like that and not have no kind of, not, like Ashley said, at least a lawyer present or a witness or something? Something, not no he said, she said shit. That shit don't work in the motherfucking courtroom. So now you just thrown, like Tracy said, you just thrown $50,000 up into the air and just let anybody motherfucking grab it because you just, come on, damn it. That's basic business sense. You don't make any kind of large purchase like that without no kind of written. I know this. Hell, had I been Tracy, I just probably would have committed murder because I just would have $25,000 of my money and I didn't even want to spend it on your ass. And you know what? I was getting on Drew, but Tracy, you too. Come here. Tracy, you just as dumb as he is because, first of all, you're still hung up on this man after 7 years after y'all ain't been together. That's first and foremost. Two, you talking about you didn't get this man? He didn't get any kind of contract or nothing before he paid out this money. I don't recall you ever asking for any type of paperwork or confirmation from Drew. You didn't ask for it, so shit, you just as dumb as he is. Trying to talk about you should have ran this shit. You wasn't making hardly no better decisions, bitch, as far as this money thing is concerned. So you just as much to blame as him. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I meant to say this before, because I thought about the whole Tracy thing. Tracy had brought in, oh, hair in my mouth. Before Tracy actually gave Drew the money, she brought in this guy, this little young man. He looked like he was about maybe mid to early to mid 20s. And he was like, I did an interview without your ass and hired on such and such. I don't know if they ever said the guy's name or whatever. And Drew was like, how the fuck you gonna have an interview without me? Well, she was like, well, apparently you just want to interview video hoes, and I wanted to try to find somebody who would actually be a good candidate. And so Drew was trying to get all motherfucking butthurt and shit, and she was like, he gave me a resume, and he managed a shoe store, he has a degree, what else did she say? Oh, and he's a barber and shit. And now tell me this, Drew. When you was trying to defend the other girls, talking about some, oh, they were just looking nice, they didn't even they just showed up without a resume, and I was just trying to see if they'd be good for the job. But then when Tracy brought a dude over with and shit, you want to be like, oh well, where's his resume? Well, why you want his resume? And you want the bitches with the perked up titties resume? Oh, okay. But once he started to feel like he could get a free cut out of it, then he's like, oh well, we may we may try you out, just to see what my cut look like. I'm like, you know what, Drew, you just a nigga. You ain't nothing but a nigga. And then go have the nerve to feel some sort of way like, what y'all dating or something? I see how y'all looking at him. I'm like, Drew, are you really feeling some sort of way now? Really? Girl, bye. So next we get to the part of the episode that's kind of uncomfortable for me to watch, but at the same time I had to feel, some sort of happiness towards it. And it starts off like this. Mama D is in the house cleaning up piss from girl, if I can remember the dog's name. And so she calls over a dog. She calls him a dog whisperer, but the little title said dog trainer. So okay, but she's talking like how Erica used to abuse the dog and this, that, and the fourth and shit. I'm like, Mama D, stop reaching for the motherfucking stars. You are doing the most right now. And he's talking, and she's like, I heard you was part pit bull or part dog or something. He's like, yeah, that's true. She's like, well, I got, some paws too. Maybe you will walk me. I'm like, ew. And he's like, what kind of dog are you? She's like, I'm a cougar. Mama D, I'm not sure that you're aware of this, but a cougar is actually of the feline species. It's not a dog. I thought I should just let you know before you go on this supposed second date that you're supposed to have with him. No need to thank me. But yeah, pretty much this whole scene was Mama D trying to use this dog to flirt with this man. And I mean, he wasn't the ugliest person, but then again, he wasn't, like somebody if I saw, I would do a double take and look at. This was pretty much how I saw it. But I mean, I can't, this is what we wanted this entire time. Mama D finally, motherfucking has somebody else to distract her from Scrappy and his love life. Now maybe, Scrappy and Erica can finally come together and do what they need to do because now Mama D is out of the picture. She's gonna probably start getting fucked soon. Ew, bad mental image. But still, at least now that the problem that Scrappy's daddy was talking about before can be motherfucking solved. So we get to this scene where originally Stevie J and Jocelyn are at Magic City throwing dollars at strippers, making it rain and all good things like that. And here comes Shay Crack, or the tattooed girl with the braces. She comes over and she's like, talking to Jocelyn. She's like, I really want to apologize for last night. I was kind of crazy and belligerent. I really apologize for my behavior. Here goes Jocelyn. And I'm just like, I hate Jocelyn. Like, Jocelyn cracks me the fuck up. But then, out of the motherfucking blue, Jocelyn started, why do we even talk? Why am I even talking to this bitch? You will never be me. I will never work with you. Like, who are you to work with? I kick you in your motherfucking braces, bitch. And I'm just like, Jocelyn, what did she do? Did she kick did she kick you in the shit underneath the table or something? Like, I don't understand. Where all this motherfucking, I mean, I know why she may not particularly, care much for the girl, but damn. And the girl's like, so you saying you don't ever want to work on a song with me? She was like, bitch, you gonna have to die, be resurrected, go up to purgatory, hell, heaven, and then back to earth again before I work with your ass, bitch. And I'm like, Jocelyn, she may not be the hottest artist around, but neither are you. I still haven't heard any of your music, and the music that I have heard is not in English. So for you to be all nitpicky like you are some international pop sensation is, girl, you really need to have a seat on that one. And Stevie J is trying to talk to Jocelyn like, girl, I'm sitting here trying to show you and that I'm trying to be open with you so that nothing will be hidden. Okay? I'm trying to be nice to you and let you know that I'm trying to do this for you. This is important for me to let you know that I'm not doing nothing behind your back. So I'm trying to have y'all come together. Jocelyn doesn't see that. She's just too blinded by her own uppity attitude that she's gotten all of a motherfucking sudden. He's just like, well, shit, I tried. Maybe I should just go back to doing the shit that whatever I want to do behind bitches' back. Because clearly, trying to do it in front of open the right way ain't working. And Jocelyn gets the fuck up and she's trying to leave. And then I guess Shay Crack was like, something tic tac toe pointing to her shirt. I guess because of the circles or something. The comment really didn't too much make sense because I went back and saw what her shirt looked like, and I'm just like, bitch, where the fuck you get tic tac toe? But anyway, for some reason, Jocelyn felt some sort of way and lunged at the bitch, and of course, you know, there was no real connect because security swarmed like fucking bees and ripped them both apart. And hell, Jocelyn and Stevie J were all the way down the motherfucking road before, and then back at the club or whatever, old bitch with the tattoos is still sitting there screaming and yelling and shit like she was at the party. And I'm just like, Stevie, do you really not have no other artists to occupy your time other than this bitch? Like, does nobody else want to work with Stevie J, or does nobody else have a fat enough of an ass, or what's the deal? But anyway, moving on. Mimi meets with Arian in this limo. This is just a little quick. So Mimi meets with Arian about this limo and about what K Michelle said on the radio. She's talking about, you know, that has nothing to do with your motherfucking music. And basically, what K Michelle said was, or she played an excerpt talking about some, you know, Mimi's man is gay and nobody's gonna change my opinion on that. And Mimi is like, you know, that had nothing to do with your fucking music. And I'm like, well, true, but I mean, from what it sounds like you just played an excerpt from the an interview when they really just could have easily asked about that question or how's your relationship with Mimi, like, you know, or we hear Mimi has a new boyfriend, you know, from Stevie J, you know, what's your opinion on it, or you know, this, that, and the fourth. They could have easily, you know, asked the question. Now she didn't have to answer that question. She couldn't have answered it. But you mean, when has K Michelle ever been one to hold her tongue on something? Like she's gonna tell what her version of the truth is. So, and then, but of course, Mimi talks. You know, Mimi feels sort of way about it. I don't know why Mimi is so bent on this sexuality. You know, I'm getting ahead of myself again. But Mimi is still no fucking. Mimi is just so bent on the issue being that K Michelle talked about his sexuality when that's really the issue is that you feel like K Michelle, or what you were yelling about, is that K Michelle and Arian are always fucking up your shit. Like you feel like they always fuck up events. Like it's just, you're focusing so much on the sexuality thing. I'm just like, girl, that's not even the root of the problem here. Next, we cut to Rashida mixed with Carly Red. And Carly is still stuck on this goddamn diss record to K Michelle. And Rashida is basically just to say, like, long story short, I'm not here for that. Because she's just like, why would I do this? And then Carly's still talking about some, you know, do you know how many diss records that K Michelle had done? Rashida was like, I don't give a fuck. Shit, that's diss records is that elementary shit. And really, I mean, I never really was a fan of diss records. I always felt like, you know, silence is the best killer for haters. But, I mean, they're entertaining, but only with people who actually have a diss that's actually worth something. Like, Carly Red and Rashida trying to do a diss to K Michelle. Like, I know K Michelle ain't all the way up there, but, like, really? But anyways, Carly is trying to be like, you know, are you trying to say that, you know, my music ain't hot? I hope you ain't trying to talk like you don't want to get on my song because you think my music is garbage or something like that. Girl, Rashida got into that confessional and read her. She got into that confessional and read Carly Red down. She was like, Girl, Carly thinks she's some kind of superstar, international superstar, but let's be real, like her biggest gig will probably be in the nearest shopping mall. I said, good night, nurse. I was dead because, and then Carly, did you hear Carly Red? She was like, do you know that they called me out to Utah? Utah. And I'm just like, are you really bragging about being called to Utah? Really, bitch? Really? Carly Red just needs. I just don't even know what to tell her. She needs some new dick. She wasn't getting the good dick from No Neck. She just needs some new dick. So the last scene that we're gonna talk about, or the last scene of the episode, is K Michelle. You know, she's doing this performance at BB King's where Mimi and Arian come from, or maybe Mimi and Arian come to visit and support. You know, K Michelle does her performance in Amanda's wig from the courthouse. That shit looked a mess. I don't know, maybe it was the lighting, but it just looked like Amanda's wig from the House of Clowns. But anyway, she sounded really good, so I will give her that. And so at backstage, um, you know, Arian, starts the conversation like, you did really well. You know, we love you, girl. You did so great. And I wanted you and Mimi to talk about, what happened. And Mimi was like, yeah, I wanted to talk about, what happened at the video shoot. And K Michelle basically was like, long story short, you were there. I didn't want to talk about the situation, but he egged it on and he, kept trying to come in my face about it. Mimi was like, I wasn't even there when the conversation was happening and you shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't be talking about a man's sexuality. I'm like, first of all, Mimi, you were standing right there. You know how I knew you were standing right there? Because K Michelle and Arian came out and slapped your no ass and was talking about, how good you look when Johnny came up and started the conversation. And then he was like, Mimi, tell your friend if there's something she wants to say to me. Something he said to them. I'm like, Mimi, you were standing right fucking there. Don't act like you are stupid and all of a sudden you don't know what the fuck is going on. And two, it's like K Michelle said, when y'all was talking about, when the whole thing was brought up that he was even gay, it was really just y'all three in the room. Like, it's not like she said it just in amongst a public place. Like, it was girl talk amongst the three of you. So how is it wrong for her to? I mean, it wasn't. How was that wrong for her to bring that up? Like, it's not like he said it, tried to say it to her face. It was Johnny's fault for being a bitch and eavesdropping and shit. So I'm confused about that. But K Michelle was just like, you know what? Look, anybody got time for this? Your man is gay. Her friend is gay. You deserve better. And she was about to walk out and leave it at that. And here go Mimi ass talking about some. Well, that's why you don't have a man now. She was like, I sure as hell don't, because I don't want one like yours. And then she was like, Mimi was like, you will never have one. I'm like, and that was the dynamite. That was the lit fire to the dynamite. And then K Michelle threw her little bouquet of flowers at Mimi and stormed off. And Mimi was like, yeah, you lame bitch, you whack ass bitch, this bitch, that bitch. I'm like, Mimi, girl, have several seats because whatever. So then after they do that, then she tries to pop off Arian's face. And Arian's just like, you shouldn't handle it that way. You should just have left it alone and this, that, and the fourth. And then you should just walked away. It was pretty much, the premise of what Arian was trying to say. And Mimi said, I'm not a walk away type bitch. You know what, Mimi? We're gonna look. Come here, Mimi. We're gonna have a trip back in time. Okay, you say that you're not a walk away type bitch. Let's refer back to season 1 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta when Jocelyn came to you and told you that she is pregnant by your man. Your man. And you walked away. Fast forward ahead to season 2. Jocelyn walked into your house with your man and said, hey, maid. And what did you do? Oh, no, this is a t-shirt. This isn't a maid outfit. And you just said, and you just told her, just walk out of my house. Just get out of here. You walked the... Mimi, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I'm done. Now I'm gonna move on to shout outs. That's the end of the episode, y'all. I'm just done. I'm done. Let's see, did anybody actually send me any tweets? Okay, we got one person. What's she saying? Alright, shout out to you, Miss Katy Perry Peacock. Shout out to you and your little girl Daisy. I bet she's probably cute as a button. But yeah, shout out to you. You are the second shout out. You know, if you are watching this video and you would like to have a shout out, just hit me up on my Twitter. I usually tweet right before I record my videos. So if you want a shout out, just hit me up and I'll give you a shout out at the end of the video. But that's the end of the video, you guys. This has gone on way too long. I hope it's not too long for you all. I tried to get everything out, like I said. Can you imagine trying to condense this down to 15 minutes? Y'all can imagine how hard that was. But anyway, make sure you guys like the video. Definitely share your comments about all the topics that are discussed throughout the episode. I really like to know you guys' opinions. And share the video, tweet your video. Like, if you watch me, you know, just don't keep me to yourself. Spread the love. Show your friends. Show your mom or your grandma, your cousin, and your second auntie twice removed. Show them all. Put me on the widescreen at the family reunion, because it is summertime. But anyways, I love you guys so much that words can't even explain or express. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle. Bye-bye.